The Denver Broncos at last clinched the number 2 seed in the AFC playoffs on Sunday with a 47-14 win against the Oakland Raiders. And in doing so, the Broncos got what they really needed, a first-round bye. Time for a banged-up team to rest up in time for a playoff push. In the win against the Raiders, the Broncos got another spectacular day from running back C.J. Anderson, who scored 3 touchdowns, and a dominant performance from a defense that held Oakland to just 199 total yards. Denver's offense still has some things to fix over the next 2 weeks, particularly with their red zone offense, something that could improve significantly if tight end Julius Thomas uses this extra time to improve the ankle injury that has been bothering him since November. The Raiders, meanwhile, head into an offseason facing major questions about the future of their team, starting with their head coaching situation. Interim head coach Tony Sparano would certainly love to stay in Oakland, but was 3 wins in the final 6 weeks enough to convince owner Mark Davis to keep him? We'll have to see. The Raiders have had months to plan for this coaching search, and they should start interviewing candidates right away.
It was essentially a division championship game, and the Carolina Panthers absolutely drubbed the Atlanta Falcons 34-3 on Sunday. As a result, the Panthers now host the Arizona Cardinals next week in the wildcard round. Quarterback Cam Newton is healthy, is playing well, and Carolina suddenly looks like a very dangerous team. Atlanta, meanwhile, drops to 6-10 and suffers another disappointing end to a season. The Falcons are just 10-22 in the past 2 years after playing in the 2013 NFC Championship game.
Green Bay Packers quarterback Aaron Rodgers may have just won himself his second MVP award with a gutsy second-half performance in the Packers' 30-20 win against the Detroit Lions on Sunday, a win that clinched the NFC North and the number 2 seed in the NFC playoffs for the Packers. Rodgers went down without contact in the second quarter and had to be driven on a cart to the locker room, only to return early in the third quarter and lead the Packers on a pair of touchdown drives, throwing for 1 second-half score and running for another touchdown. Rodgers finished the regular season with 25 touchdowns and no interceptions at home at Lambeau Field. And if he continues playing like that in the postseason, it would not be surprising to see the Packers in the NFC title game. For the Lions, the loss dropped them to the number 6 seed in the NFC and sets up a wild card matchup next week at Dallas.
They needed some help from some other teams along the way, but with a 20-10 victory on Sunday against the Cleveland Browns, the Baltimore Ravens improved to 10-6 and clinched a spot in the playoffs. The Ravens now travel to Pittsburgh to face the Steelers in the wildcard round, which will mark the 3rd time these two teams will have played this year. Both teams split the previous matchups, but the contest in Pittsburgh ended up being a 43-23 blowout loss for the Ravens. The key for Baltimore in this matchup will be for its suspect pass defense to try to stop the Pittsburgh offense, which excels in throwing the ball with quarterback Ben Roethlisberger and wide receiver Antonio Brown.
The Dallas Cowboys capped their perfect December with a 44-17 win at Washington on Sunday. The win wasn't enough to get the Cowboys a first-round bye. They would have needed lots of help to do that, but that didn't really matter. The Cowboys, who right now are peaking at the perfect time. Dallas's offense got another huge day from running back DeMarco Murray, who had his 12th 100-yard game of the year and passed Cowboys legend Emmitt Smith for the franchise's single-season rushing record, while receiver Dez Bryant caught his team record 16th touchdown pass. Washington, meanwhile, lost 7 of its final 8 games and heads into the offseason with some pretty significant questions about Robert Griffin's future as the team's franchise quarterback. He had an encouraging performance in the season finale with 336 passing yards against the Cowboys, but is that enough to overcome a season's worth of drama, both on the field and off it? The relationship between Griffin and head coach Jay Gruden must be repaired, or Griffin's going to have to go if the Redskins want to be competitive in the NFC East next season.